Hey, it's Rhianna. Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't watched my video from the last one that I posted where I announced that me and Jonathan were COVID positive, you should probably go watch that one first. But in that video, I did say that I was going to like kind of do a story time leading up to the couple days before we were diagnosed, and then like how things have been going since then. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. And actually I was trying to film outside because like I've been trying to go outside and get some like fresh air and sunlight and all that because it's good for you whenever you have COVID, but there's dog barking, and so I figured that would be annoying for y'all, so I came inside. So the week prior to me getting sick, we were on vacation, so I have no idea who or where or what. Like I have no clue on how we were exposed. Obviously, since we were traveling, it could have been anywhere. We went to restaurants, we did shopping, we stopped at Buc-ee's, which is a humongous gas station in Texas if you're not familiar with it. So there was tons of places where we could have been exposed. But Monday, so like a week from yesterday, I started having a sore throat, and then it kind of turned into a little bit of a cough and a runny nose, like, but no fever whatsoever. I think the highest I ever got was 99. Yeah, it was like 99.2, and I was keeping an eye on it because obviously with COVID and everything going on, especially with the holidays coming up, I was like, did not want to be exposing other people to COVID. And in that vlog from the last one that was published, I had gone to like Walmart and stuff like that, and I did wear my mask in case anyone was wondering, because I wasn't feeling good, and I was like, if I'm gonna be out in the stores, you know, I'm just gonna wear a mask just in case. But I honestly did not think I had COVID. Like, I really thought that I just had a sore throat, I had a cold. Like, those still exist, that's still a thing. And especially because like my symptoms were starting to get better, and so I honestly thought that it was just a normal cold. But then Wednesday night, Jonathan started feeling lethargic. He was really like run down feeling, and he had a fever, and his fever was like a high 99. It was like 99.8 or something like that, right? Yeah. And as soon as he started having those like flu-ish symptoms, I was like, okay, you're getting tested. So the next morning he woke up, he still felt like that, and I was like, all right. So I'm like fast fingers here, and I'm like, because everyone has COVID right now, it's extremely difficult to get tested. All of the little testing sites are like being booked full, people are being turned away. All of the over-the-counter tests are like out of stock everywhere. One, because the Omicron variant is so highly contagious, and then two, I think a lot of people were testing like preemptively because of the holidays, and so they just wanted to make sure before they went to grandma's house that they didn't have COVID. So it was extremely difficult to find tests, to get tested, and so I hopped on the urgent care place that's close to our house. They opened up their like appointments at 8:45 in the morning. I was literally on there at 8:45 in the morning, and I got him second in line and drove him over there, and he tested positive. And because he tested positive, they suggested that I test. They did not make me. That was one of the things that like in my TikTok I said they made me get tested. That was just a poor choice of words. They didn't make me get tested, but they suggested that I get tested because like that way we would know. So Thursday is when we got our official positive COVID test results, and it was crazy because like he felt pretty bad. Like he felt flu-ish. I still felt fine. Like I just felt like I had a cold. He did end up getting a higher fever, and we worked for about 24 hours to break his fever. It took a little bit, but once we broke his fever, he also felt fine. So that was Christmas Eve. That was the 23rd. Christmas Eve, he was fine. I was fine. And then Christmas Day, we both started feeling bad. Like that's when the wave started starting to hit us. I felt real bad in the morning and then felt okay for a while and then felt bad again and then felt okay. And then like the waves are like, they knock you out. I mean, you feel terrible, but as soon as it passes, you feel great. Like you feel totally normal again. Like at least that's how it's been for us. And that was Christmas Day. The 26th, we felt a little bit worse than the day before. I lost my sense of taste and smell completely on the 26th. On Christmas Day, it was like starting to kind of go. And I lost it completely on the 26th. Like could not taste or smell anything. I also like felt pretty crummy off and on throughout the day. And then yesterday, the 27th, right? Today's the 28th?
Yeah.
Okay. It's hard to keep up with it. Yesterday was honestly the worst day either one of us have had by far. I woke up coughing a whole lot. But once I was like had coughed it all up, I didn't really cough much for the rest of the day, but my head hurt really bad. I felt really bad. Still neither one of us are really having any type of fever. We did buy a pulse ox, so we're keeping track of that. That's been fine. We haven't had any problems with our oxygen levels. Huh? Yeah. We've been taking a bunch of vitamins prior to this anyways. We take an elderberry, zinc, vitamin D3, vitamin C, we take melatonin to sleep, and is there anything else? I think that's all of it, right? Yeah. And so we're continuing our multivitamins. And oh yeah, so sorry, I'm kind of off tangent for a second because he's actually taking his pills right now and I heard him. But yeah, yesterday was the worst day. We both just basically slept all day and I was really irritable, so he kind of avoided me for most of the day. And then today I feel great. Like, I mean, you can tell I'm congested. I still feel like I'm a little under the weather, but I haven't had any like waves really. Like I woke up and was a little coffee and stuffed up. I had to blow my nose a whole bunch of times, but I mean, I feel relatively good, and my taste and my smell is coming back. I had a smoothie for breakfast this morning and I could taste the banana, which, I mean, I could taste the banana yesterday too, but I also could taste my Gatorade, which I haven't been able to taste for the past couple of days. So it's just been a really interesting experience. I'm thankful that it's relatively mild. And also I understand that we're not like out of the woods. I don't know what like day we're technically on. I don't know what day you're supposed to count. Like, are you supposed to count from the day that you were positive or the day that you first started having symptoms? And were my symptoms when I started getting the sore throat, or was it something else? Like, those are the questions that I don't really understand. We haven't left the house at all since we've got our positive results. Everything has been delivered to us, either like grocery delivery. We did DoorDash one night. We have a friend, Jessica, who has been so awesome, and she's, you know, let us know that if we need anything that she could help, and we actually did use her once already. So we are like following protocol as far as being in isolation.
Jessica, we love you.
He said, Jessica, we love you, in case you didn't hear him. Yeah, so we're following all the rules, and according to the CDC, we're almost done with quarantine anyways, because they changed it to 5 days. So yeah, that's interesting. Honestly, I feel like it's because this has mutated so much. Like, I'm obviously not, you know, an epidemiologist or whatever. I'm not a virusologist. I'm not a scientist, okay? I'm no COVID scientist. But it's very clear that the virus has mutated and has become extremely contagious and less deadly, which is great. That's a good thing. So it's really seeming to it's being turned into a flu/cold. So thankful for that. Obviously, yes, I know that there's still people who are vulnerable and they have to take different precautions, but that's nothing different than how it's ever been in the past when it comes to like flus and stuff like that. If you are immunocompromised, the flu season isn't the same for you as it is for everybody else, and that's basically what COVID is becoming. But I'm not trying to make this into that because this is a highly controversial topic and I'm just trying to document my experience. So yeah, today's the 28th. I'm feeling pretty good, a little snotty, obviously a little congested, you can hear it, but overall I'm feeling pretty good, and I'm hopeful for the next coming days for it just to get better and better. So, because if we count my symptoms as my first day, I'm already a week into this, and so I should be like nearing the end. And then same for Jonathan, he's almost at a week. And I mean, if you count Thursday as the day, I mean, today's Tuesday, we're almost a week into it regardless of how you look at it. So, cool beans. But thank you so much to everyone who has left really nice comments and positive comments, and we appreciate all the prayers and people who've reached out to us. That's always appreciated. I had a little bit of energy this morning so I could film this for y'all. I'm hoping that my day continues to be as good as it has been, and that I continue to heal and get better. And same for Jonathan. Jonathan's doing well as well. He's ready to go back to work. I'm ready for things to get back to normal. I hope things are on the up and up. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, but I will check back in with y'all in the next couple of days and let y'all know how it's going. If you are on social media, Instagram, I'm on there. TikTok, I'm on there. Follow me on those two platforms. I update a little bit more regularly on TikTok, and then Instagram, and then of course I'm trying to get back into the swing of things with YouTube. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Please, we don't need to argue in the comments. We don't need to talk about different people's opinions. I respect everyone's opinion about this, but it doesn't mean that it has to be my opinion. I love you all. Subscribe, thumbs up button, all that kind of stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. So my husband got his results back, and he's positive for COVID. And since he was positive, they made me test. And I'm positive. So Christmas is